Okay, so I need to tell you about the time I lived in a tent in a caravan for 18 months. Yes, 18 months. And honestly, it changed my life. I grew up in a city my whole life, and I had always dreamt of living off grid in a mobile home or a caravan. And at the age of 23, that's what I finally did. I moved from Wellington to Taranaki and I set up on family land. I started off in a tent for 6 months and then I moved onto a caravan for 1 year. I had no running water, I had no power, no shower, but I did have a long drop, thank goodness. While I was there, there were some family members that tried to bully me off the land, and yeah, that was intense. That part was probably harder than dealing with living in a tent. For me, learning to navigate family dynamics at the time while living semi off grid, it taught me resilience. So, why did I do this? So, at the time, I was bouncing between places, at family places and houses, and I just couldn't find anywhere stable to stay. So I decided I need to live alone, and so that's what I did. I had never imagined in my life that I'd be living in a tent, but desperate times calls for desperate measures, right? So I thought it was going to be super hard living out of a tent, living without power and shower and water. And yeah, some days were hard, like when it rained and my tent flooded. Wasn't fun, actually, but surprisingly, it was amazing. It forced me to learn how to live without technology, without power, without conveniences, and to me that felt freeing. The caravan, it was a total upgrade. There was no leaks, it was warmer, more comfortable, and I even had a solar panel to charge my devices. They were small victories. So a day in the life of me living in a tent or a caravan, I typically try and wake up early because I had training in the morning at 6 a.m. So I'd make my breakfast before going to training and I would cook on a gas cooker. And then after training, I would fill up the water containers with water, usually every day. And then after that, I would go to the surf club and I would go out for a surf. I spent most of my days at the surf club because I just loved it so much. I love surfing and I spent a lot of time with family there, and honestly, days there, it was simple but so full. My experiences there I cherish so much, and the family connections that I made. Here are 3 things that I learned from living this lifestyle. 1. Nature is beautiful. Living more outside meant that I saw the stars more and the moon more. It meant that I was hearing birds a lot. I was listening to the birds. It meant that I was constantly surrounded by nature every day. And that helped connect me, and it also brought me a lot of peace. Number 2, minimalism is the key to a happier life. So having less means less distractions, and it allows you to be more in the present moment, connecting with real people and doing real things. Number 3, and it's my favorite, confidence comes from lifestyle changes. So taking risks, stepping out of your comfort zone, and actually doing whatever it takes, it gave me a go-getter attitude. Now there isn't anything I believe I can't do. I believe I truly can do anything from this lifestyle. So the challenges, the hardest part was the loneliness and the exhaustion from having to constantly fill up water, go for showers. I always had to go out for showers, and I always had to sometimes had to go out to charge my devices as well when the solar would run out. Some days were draining, and then also added on to that was the family tension that added its own stress. But even then, I never had problems with sleeping. It was the most peaceful and quiet place to sleep, and something you wouldn't find in a city. So reflection, now that I'm back in a house, coming back to a house, it's a luxury. There's a proper kitchen, a real shower, and just a convenience. There's a TV, so yeah, it's amazing. But the lifestyle that came from living out of a tent in a caravan, that's permanent and it changed me. After 18 months of doing something hard, I don't believe there is nothing I can't do. That confidence gave me a sense of, I've got this, and I carry that with me to this day. And now I want to take this lifestyle to the next level. I want to become a backpacker. I want to travel out of my backpack full time. I want to explore new countries and I want to chase adventures. Living in a tent and caravan was just the beginning. This is me gearing up for my next chapter in life, full of risk, freedom, and opportunities. If you want to see where this journey takes me, follow my journey. I'm going to be sharing my travels, my challenges, and the lessons along the way. So thank you for listening. I hope this was insightful. And to those of you that are listening and you're thinking about making a lifestyle change, you're thinking about living alternatively, do it. Don't hesitate. It will change your life and you will not regret it, because it changed mine, and I can't see life the same way now. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye now. Ka kite.